It's another messy bun day, but I put on some jazzy earrings. Are you guys with me? The times where you crawl out of bed and you're a hot mess and you still haven't had your coffee, but you're like, there's that one thing that's gonna make me feel like a girl today. So today it's my earrings, but anyway, I want to talk about something that came to me. It's always something that came to me, right? You can laugh because you're going to get used to hearing that, but that's what this podcast is about, something that came to me. And so I want to talk about, we're saying that, you know, on this show, we're going to bring it all together. And so here's a great example of how my funny brain works. There's times where I'm talking about, like, you know, medium work, because that's what I do, right? A lot of you who don't know me, you're getting to know me, and I'm a very, very complex, beautifully created Gemini. That's what I have come to terms with in this life. And Gemini in all sense, even in my spirituality, because this is a girl who was born in the Bible Belt of the South, a small town in South Carolina, where there was a lot of things that that made me stand out. But we won't go through all of those. There's a lot of people out there who will be able to say exactly that they know what I'm talking about, and they probably have some great stories about me still to this day. But we're not going there right now, people. Do you hear me? What we are going to say, though, is that today became my thoughts like coming from the Bible. So the first thing that I woke up thinking about today, stay with me, all my spiritual people. I told you, don't be surprised on how it's all connected. Don't run away because you hear Bible. You Bible-loving people can't be running away when you start hearing me, you know, talk about some other things, because we're bringing it all together. Trust the journey and come with me on it. And so today, as I'm rambling, what I want to start with is talking about what is the Goliath in your life. That's what came to me today, and I thought that is so powerful. Do you know who Goliath is? Some of us are probably gonna know, but there's gonna be a lot of us who don't know. So let me break it down for you who Goliath was. So we heard about this little guy called David, right, in the Bible, and so he had, I'm going to summarize it really good for you for a spiritual person, so you're not bored. We're not quoting text here, but I'll tell you the story real quick. This little guy called David, little guy, who becomes a king, by the way, but he starts off kind of little and unknown. He had a WTF God moment, and we'll talk about those on the show too. There's a book I'm working on, and I'm not going to share all the details of that because it's private until it's not. But a WTF God moment, I have a lot of those in my life. Do we know what that is? Where you say, seriously, WTF God? Well, David had one of those, and he was this little guy who's minding his own business and praising God and dancing with his little sheep and having a good time, thought he had a good life, and then he's ripped from the peacefulness of that, and he's told, you're going to be king one day, and you have this calling on your life, and before we get you there, I'm going to need you to do a lot of crazy things that everyone's going to judge you for, and no one's going to believe that you can. Does this sound like any of you yet? Like, does this sound like your life? It sounds like mine. There's a lot of Davids out there, and you don't have to be a girl to be a David, right? And so David was the little guy who, in minding his own business, gets his whole life you know, ripped from him as he knew it. And we'll fast forward to a main event in his life. And the main event was when he faced his Goliath. Now, the story goes that it was a real Goliath, a guy who was a giant, much bigger than little old David. And we have people watching this, you know, it was like a UFC fight of the Bible. Like, you put the little, you know, bantamweight guy up against, like, you know, the biggest heavyweight of all time, and they're not even doing the same things. Like, one is a kicker and one is just a boxer, and one, you know, this guy can grapple and this guy doesn't even know what it means or what the definition of the word is. Like, are you guys following me that this is the stuff that we come up against in life. These are our Goliaths, where you have everyone spectating on the outside and they're all saying, use this sword, or here, my gun is better, or like whatever tool for the occasion. Oh my God, I'm gonna get screamed off of this platform. But anyway, so David's standing there and he's like, I was minding my own business and now you're gonna make me fight this big fool in front of me, and I don't like want any of these people's advice. He definitely didn't want their tools. And you know what he decided he was gonna do? He was gonna take down a giant with a little rock. So, you know, the story goes that he takes down his Goliath with a tiny slingshot and a rock. Again, I'm very summarizing, people. Don't try to like Bible quote me out of this because it's the wrong podcast for that. But I'm just saying the story is, and I want you to see the parallels, and this is what came to me, that what is your Goliath in your life right now? The thing that everyone's trying to give you a different tool to fix, and all you really know to do is to like fling a rock at it. And some of us have already, you know, flung the rock and we've taken it down, or we see it falling right to the ground. Some of us are like, this rock is never gonna do it. It's not gonna fix it. The $500 is not gonna fix my like $5,000 problem, right? That was kind of what just happened with my car, by the way. But anyway, so we say, what is this Goliath? And we trust ourselves and we say, WTF God, but I'm gonna like face it because you put it in front of me, and I'm not gonna run around it or try to run away from it. I'm gonna be courageous in this crazy arena you just put me in, and I'm gonna say, what do you want me to kill it with? Like, how do you want me to fix that? And you're gonna tell me use a little slingshot and a rock. Slingshot, yeah. And then I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna just say I'm gonna do it. And so, looking at your Goliath today, what is your Goliath? Huh? What is it? I need to know. And you're gonna say to me, you're gonna kill it with a rock, and I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna succeed, and you're gonna tell me you're never gonna believe that. You're gonna tell Spirit, WTF, I don't even think so, but I'm telling you, be like David and fling your rock. Take down that Goliath, because in taking down your Goliath, you see your path to being the king and the queen that you were created to be. That's right. That's your tool. It may look like a stupid little rock, but trust, listen, obey, get that Goliath out of your way.